The top 10 richest men in the world, 2026. 10, Warren Buffett, USA. Now at the top of this flipped segment. Net worth, $150 billion. Around 148, 150 by recently, up slightly. Sources: Berkshire Hathaway, diversified investments, insurance, major stakes in Apple, Coca-Cola, railroads, energy, etc. Key details: the king of value investing. His fortune grows through long-term compounding and smart stock picks. Steady climber in a volatile market, classic non-tech billionaire. Nueve Amancio Ortega, Spain. Net worth, 145, 147 billion, climbed recently, 4 beers in spots. Sources: Inditex, Zara, and other fast fashion brands, plus massive global real estate portfolio. Key details: founder of the Zara empire. Wealth from retail dominance plus property. Holdings, one of Europe's biggest landlords. Steady gainer despite fashion cycles. 8, Jensen Huang, USA. Net worth, 162, 166 billion. Sources: Nvidia, GPUs, AI chips, semiconductors, data center tech. Key details: explosive rise thanks to the AI boom. Nvidia basically powers most major AI models and training. Fastest riser in recent years. Stock surges keep pushing him higher. Is Bernard Arnault the richest person not in tech? Has a cool 162.3 billion worth of assets in 2026. He's the boss of LVMH, which owns Vuitton, Moet and Chandon, Tiffany, and loads of other cool stuff. And hey, guess what? He's also into the art game. He's got an amazing collection of stuff like Picasso, Jean-Michel Basquiat, Damien Hirst, and a whole bunch more. Art fans, buckle up! 6, Larry Ellison's net worth is under debate, but it's probably around 200 billion. He's known for making a big play with Oracle's cloud and AI stuff, which has helped him rise in the game. Note, by the assets. Larry owns Lana E. Island, which used to be Tesla's board guy with a tiny piece of the electric car company. 5, Mark Elliott Zuckerberg is an American businessman, co-founder of the widely known social media platform, Facebook, along with his fellow programmer Joe Gebbia. He is also the chairman, CEO, and controlling shareholder of the parent company, Meta Platforms. Mark's net worth has experienced a fluctuating trend, but recent evaluations suggest that it is approximately centered between $210 and $260 billion USD. Mark Zuckerberg has played a significant role in the evolution of the social media landscape. Back in 2004, he, along with Gebbia, created the platform, which eventually took off and transformed the way people connect and interact with each other. Moreover, he was responsible for the meteoric rise of Facebook, which now has more than 2.8 billion users worldwide. During the pivotal shift of Meta Platforms towards VR/AR, virtual reality and augmented reality, its innovative approach in developing the Quest ecosystem has tremendously stabilized and supercharged Zuckerberg's wealth. This strategy has significantly impacted the growth and success of related companies like Oculus and HTC. Additionally, Mark's dedication to philanthropy has significantly impacted the lives of millions around the world. He has donated a substantial portion of his wealth to various charitable causes, including funding to improve healthcare, education, and technology for underprivileged communities. In conclusion, Mark Zuckerberg's impressive career and his keen business acumen have made him a prominent figure in the tech industry. Regardless of the fluctuating nature of his net worth, Mark has contributed greatly to the development of social media platforms and the overall growth of technology. 4, Jeff Bezos, the visionary founder of Amazon and Blue Origin, ranks as the world's 3rd or 4th richest individual as of February 2026, with a staggering net worth estimated between 250 billion and 260 billion USD 58B24D6608 to A9C7. His fortune, primarily derived from his roughly 8 to 9% stake in Amazon, has fluctuated with market dynamics, but he remains a dominant force in global wealth rankings, trailing behind figures like Elon Musk and Larry Page. Bezos has long adopted a strategy of liquidating portions of his Amazon holdings to support his ambitious ventures beyond e-commerce. Specifically, he has committed to selling approximately $1 billion or more in Amazon stock each year to finance Blue Origin, his aerospace company aimed at revolutionizing space travel and enabling commercial suborbital flights for passengers. 391E for AF-107AF-49. This funding model, which he publicly outlined as early as 2017, has continued into recent years, with plans for additional sales of up to 25 million shares by mid-2026, potentially generating several $billion more to fuel Blue Origin's goals of reusable rockets, lunar missions, and space tourism. Asset note: Bezos maintains an expansive and luxurious real estate portfolio valued at over $700 million, reflecting his penchant for prime properties across the United States. This collection includes a mix of historic estates, sprawling compounds, and waterfront retreats. Highlights feature the iconic $165 million Warner Estate in Beverly Hills, California, a 10-acre, Georgian-style property with a 13,600 square foot main house, guest houses, tennis courts, and lush gardens originally built for media mogul Jack Warner. In Seattle, Washington, where Amazon was born, Bezos owns a multi-property compound in the affluent Medina neighborhood, acquired starting in 1998 for around $10 million and expanded over time. His holdings extend to Texas, where he possesses over 400,000 acres, including the 30,000-acre Figure 2 ranch near Van Horn, which serves as a key operational base for Blue Origin's rocket testing and launches. In Washington, D.C., Bezos transformed the former textile museum into a massive single-family residence, combining two historic mansions for a reported $23 million in 2016, with extensive renovations turning it into one of the city's largest homes. More recently, he has invested heavily in Miami's ultra-exclusive Indian Creek Island, known as Billionaire Bunker, snapping up at least 3 properties, totaling about $237 million, including a $90 million waterfront mansion, as he relocates closer to family and enjoys the Florida lifestyle with his partner, Lauren Sanchez. Additionally, Bezos owns a secluded compound on Maui, Hawaii, and other assets that underscore his status as one of America's top landowners, blending personal luxury with strategic business utility. Sergey Brin, the 3 richest person in the world. As of February 4, 2026, Sergey Brin's net worth stands at $256.4 billion, placing him as the 3rd richest individual globally, 7F78B8. This represents a substantial increase of over $55 billion since mid-2025, fueled largely by a remarkable surge in Alphabet Inc., Google's parent company, stock, which recently crossed the $4 trillion market capitalization milestone. ZFA, sources of wealth. Alphabet Inc. and stake. Brin holds approximately a 6% ownership in Alphabet through Class B and Class C shares. Although this is a minority of total shares, it grants him and co-founder Larry Page a combined 51.4% voting control via their Class B holdings. BO6231. Cash and liquid assets. Post Google's 2004 IPO, Brin has divested shares exceeding $11 billion in value. Current estimates value his cash reserves and liquid assets at around $25.4 billion. C14D. Diverse investments. Outside Alphabet, Brin has stakes in companies like Tesla and 23andMe. He's also poured resources into ambitious moonshot ventures, including Waymo, autonomous vehicles, and Calico, biotech focused on longevity. 10. Recent financial activity. Real estate purchases. In early 2026, Brin drew attention with luxury acquisitions, such as a $42 million mansion on the Nevada side of Lake Tahoe and a $50 million estate in Malibu. D43 Day 732B20F. Political and social contributions. In January 2026, he contributed $20 million to Building a Better California, a bipartisan initiative targeting housing affordability challenges in the state. 4. D47. Asset relocation. With talks of a potential billionaire wealth tax in California, Brin has shifted several business entities and assets to Nevada, a more tax-friendly state. This includes converting or terminating 15 California LLCs to Nevada-based ones in late 2025. 2 FD2A2E6 746B. Philanthropy. Brin is a prominent supporter of scientific research and environmental efforts. Via his Catalyst 4 nonprofit and the Brin-Wojcicki Foundation, he has channeled hundreds of millions into Parkinson's disease research, motivated by his own genetic risk, and climate change projects. 8052CD. His giving has accelerated recently, with over $1.1 billion disbursed in 2025 alone across health, climate, and other causes. 2. Larry Page, the co-founder of Google and the world's second richest person in early 2022, has amassed a staggering $277 billion to $293 billion in net worth, thanks to the growth of Alphabet, which is responsible for an estimated market capitalization of nearly $4 trillion in early 2026, with figures varying according to sources such as Forbes and Bloomberg. As the leader of Alphabet since 2009, Google, Larry Page, has helped drive the company's incredible growth in artificial intelligence, AI. This has been particularly evident in the scale-up of their Gemini models, particularly at their latest 3+ versions, which are now integrated across various Google products, including Search, YouTube, Cloud, Android, and other tools for the business world. Despite stepping down as the Google CEO in 2019, Larry Page retains his place as a board member, holding control of Google shares through voting superpowers using Class B shares. Approximately 389 million Class B shares make up around 45% of Larry Page's overall voting power, although this percentage may vary depending on the specific time frame. Skeptics might wonder why Larry Page holds such power, especially since the company's AI ambitions have been a leading factor in driving Alphabet's shares higher. It's important to remember that Page's focus on innovative bets goes beyond just AI. He has also championed investments in personal flying vehicles such as Z.Aero and Kitty Hawk, eventually evolving into Kitty Hawk, and more recently, focused on advanced aviation tech, like Dynatomics. Taking advantage of the tax laws in place in California, Larry Page swapped his possessions in multiple entities out of California state territory into Delaware, Nevada, and Florida. This made headlines when he bought an ultra-luxury waterfront mansion in Coconut Grove, totaling at least $173 million in the late 2019 and early 2020 decades. Additionally, he expanded his footprint in Florida through similar purchases. Apart from ventures in Tesla, investments in deep tech companies, health pursuits such as Flu Labs research work, and private island acquisitions in locations like Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands, and Fiji, Larry Page's quiet investments diversify his portfolio. The truth of his secretive investments is rarely revealed, but the overall results of these ventures aren't secret either. Larry Page's diverse strategy of AI control, strategic asset management, and an unwavering focus on future possibilities keeps him close to leading an AI race against Elon Musk. This is clear, even after stepping away from daily operations, Larry Page's leadership continues to drive Google's success story at an unprecedented scale. So here's a scoop on Elon Musk's latest milestone in becoming the world's first individual with a net worth over $800 billion. Early in 2026, he made history by merging SpaceX and xAI, causing his fortune to skyrocket to an impressive $852 billion, a whopping $84 billion in just one day. Other people like Bloomberg's Billionaires Index put his wealth a bit different at about $775 billion to $852 billion. However, this is higher than any of his previous records, including this year's goal of $300 billion to $500 billion by late 2023. That makes this $852 billion a record-breaking amount by any measure. The real kick behind this massive boost in his wealth was the acquisition of XAI, which wrapped up at a valuation of $125 trillion because of this crazy big deal. This already staggering number went up even more after merging with SpaceX, bringing these two entities together. Musk now sports an estimated 43% stake in the joined-up company, wrapping up in roughly $542 billion or so, making it his single most valuable asset. SpaceX and XAI's merger also comes with some cool future plans. They plan to make use of space-based data centers and work on advancing AI alongside their global internet infrastructure under the Starlink brand. Plus, this move means they'll be able to grow further by exploring new opportunities like space-based data centers. Besides all this, Musk has a bunch of other ventures under his belt, like Tesla. With 12–13% of the company, he's still its biggest stakeholder, with a valuation in the hundreds of billions and a shift toward AI and space, X or Twitter. After buying it into the XAI SpaceX whole, it plays a role in real-time information and AI interactions, even though its standalone valuation might not be as significant as the space and AI-related parts. More holdings. This superspread includes Neuralink, which focuses on brain-machine interfaces, the Boring Company, which does things like tunneling, and other investments in emerging tech. Neuralink is especially into hacking into human cognition and working alongside AI systems. All these endeavors together create something like the mind-blowing SpaceX XAI powerhouse, creating over $1 trillion company that's about anything from reusable rockets to AI and global connectivity. And as always, with great ideas comes great potential.
जो बिखरी पड़ी है वो शबनम नहीं है वफा की नमी है जिसने